It's been a while, hasn't it?
Also, as you can tell, we have a new background, which is a new house.
Yeah, we have a new farm that we're working on. And so with the new farm came a new house and a new kitchen.
And a new tractor.
Yep, we will not be using the tractor today though.
Unless we make a mini tractor mixer.
No, we're not using the tractor today. I don't think it would fit in the kitchen.
Oh, why can't we just decorate the mixer to look like a tractor?
No. I don't know. That's just not in today's plans. Okay, so today we have one of my absolute favorite things that my grandmother and my mom used to make when I was growing up. My grandmother made it for us when I was little, and then Mom started making it for us, and it has been a while since I've had it. It is biscuits with chocolate gravy. Chocolate gravy, that's right. You've probably had biscuits and gravy before. It's usually a white gravy, but I like to kick it up a little bit, and we're going to do something different and do chocolate gravy. And it has always been one of my absolute favorites, and I can't wait for her to try it because she's never tried it before. But it's chocolate, right? So
yeah, I love chocolate.
Yeah.
I got that from my dad.
and her mom. So let's go over our basic rules in the kitchen before we get started. What are the 3 main important things that we do when we're working in the kitchen?
Hair back, adults permission, wash hair.
That's right, and we've done all 3 of those things. She has her mom's permission. Now we will be using the oven and the stove. So that means that you need adult supervision, okay? You need permission and supervision. That means somebody there to help you just in case. We're gonna start by making our biscuits. Now you can buy biscuits in the freezer section, you can buy biscuits in the refrigerated section at the store, but there's nothing better than a homemade biscuit hot out of the oven. Like, I like biscuits in general, but a homemade biscuit is the best. So, it's really simple.
I don't think I've ever had a homemade biscuit.
Oh, you have. I make them all the time.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay.
And what we do is we make the biscuits and we freeze the ones that we don't use, and then we pull them out as we want to use them.
The best part is, we're gonna have them for breakfast!
Yay! So, yeah, that does work out. Doing it in
And
the
I'm
morning.
hungry!
Me too. So let's get started with our biscuits. That I would not eat a thing of salt. I don't know what on earth you were thinking. All right, we need our flour. We use all-purpose flour for this, and it's going to be 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So go ahead and scoop them up and make them really full.
Make them as full as we
Without
can.
poofing it up there. Good. And then we use the back of our butter knife to do what? Level him out. Good. And I go back through, kind of chop him down a little. There you go. Okay, good. And that makes sure that he falls into the bottom of the cup. All right, knock him off. Knock that off into the thing. There you go. All right, put him in the bowl. Okay, do it again. We need 2 of those. I don't think that's gonna, it might. Yeah, I think you're gonna need a little bit more here to flatten him out. Good try. All right, that's good. All right, chop them up. Knock them down into the cup. There you go. All right, keep him over the thing. There you go. Make sure he's flat. Don't dig in. Okay, good. Let's stick him in the bowl. All right. You can set him on top of here. Set the cup. All right, we're gonna move the flour out of the way.
Yay! Why
Okay.
don't you just make with a knife?
Yeah, it's just a butter knife, but yeah, don't dance with a knife. All right, you need 1 tablespoon of sugar. This is-
Tablespoon? Which
It
side?
doesn't matter, they're the same.
I'm gonna do this side.
That's fine. All right, that's good. You can leave it, that's fine. This just adds a little sweetness to our biscuit, so it doesn't, that's enough, so it doesn't taste like flour. I mean, there's nothing wrong with some flour, but you know, let's add a little something extra if we could.
One
All right, so now we're doing,
salt.
well, first we're doing 3 teaspoons of baking powder.
3
All right.
teaspoons.
So whichever end you use for this, you will not use for the salt, okay? And you'll want your butter knife for this as well, because you're gonna wanna level him off. And it's hard with the spoon to just shake him, a smaller spoon to just shake it, so. All right, and then Other side, there you go. Push them forward. Good. All right, that's one.
So we'll get 3 of these.
Yep.
I feel like a house elf in the kitchen of Harry Potter.
Do you feel like a house elf? Because if you were a house elf, you could just snap and it would just be done. You could use magic.
Magic.
But what fun would that be? Because I like baking. I like cooking. And all right, good job. Now you don't need the knife with the salt. If you're good with it, I will pour it into the spoon.
1 teaspoon.
All right, 1 teaspoon. There you go. All right, we're gonna move that out of the way for now as well. All right, grab that fork over there, and we're gonna kind of give that a little stir until it's all
Shiny.
mixed in really nicely. Okay. Good. Now we're gonna take our whole stick of butter and just drop the whole, unwrap it and stick the whole stick. Qualified that. Unwrap it and stick the whole stick of butter in there.
Why does it feel so mushy and squishy?
It is what we call softened. You got it? You want me to do it so you don't get your hands squishy? You hold it over the bowl. Watch. Hold it over the bowl.
Bye butter. Bye butter.
There he goes. All right. So he's what we call softened, which means that he will be easy to cut up into the flour. So let me show you, and then I'll let you get at it. We're going to take our fork, or you can use your hands, or if you have one of those cutters, you can cut it in that way. But you're going to take your fork, and you're just going to kind of smush the butter. Now, he's not as softened as I would really like. That's okay. It's going to work. So you can use your hands and do this. Now what you want to do is you want to get it to where it feels like every grain of flour has been butterfied. That's my word.
Butterfied. Sounds like butterfly.
Yeah. So if you would like to use your fingers, you can. You'll see the difference in the texture. You'll feel the difference in the texture. Some people say it feels, do you want to do this?
Yeah, with your hands.
Okay. Some people say it feels like cornmeal when it gets to the right.
It feels so nice. It feels like so right.
Alright, they say it feels like cornmeal when it gets to the right texture, but you'll know, it's kind of grainy. It feels grainy, more like sand when it's all done correctly. So make sure you get all the flour, like don't just stay in one place, but like mix it all in there and squish it, and it will start to hold its shape nicely when it's all incorporated correctly.
It feels like slime.
Only
But
it's
yet it feels
powdery.
so nice.
Alright. Keep going, or switch. Either way.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep going.
All right. I'm gonna turn the bowl a little bit so you can see the rest of it. Good.
Squish.
Bring them down on the
Squish.
side over there.
Squish.
And
Squish.
kind of pack it down a little just to see if it, like push it way down and kind of pick up what's on the bottom. Kind of like if you were using something sticky to pick up. There you go.
Like slime.
Yeah. So like we said, we bought a farm, and right now we don't have any animals yet because
Just
we are
2 dogs.
Yeah, we
One's a
have
love me kind of dog.
2 dogs, but that's it right now because we're still trying to. All right, can I take a turn? Or you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a turn. Take a turn.
All right, you wash your hands if you'd like,
I'm a mummy.
but you don't have to. We're gonna use our hands again. And on our farm right now, all we have are 2 dogs and pumpkins. Our goal is to have a lot more.
And watermelon.
We do. Well, actually, I think we discovered he's a cantaloupe. Yeah, we found a rogue cantaloupe plant that started growing. So that's kind of fun. I'm very excited about being able to grow our own food and stuff as we get farther into this journey and eventually add some animals to the farm.
And we're also going to probably get 10 chickens, 1 for the egg, and 5 for the eggs, 5 for the deliciousness.
Yep, 5 for the meat. All right, so we are to this point where it's kind of crumbly. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not as powdery. You see the difference? It's not like the flour was with just the powder.
Ooh, it feels so nice.
All right, so now
sand.
this next step.
Magnetic sand.
Kinetic sand. It does, yes. If you know what kinetic sand feels like, that's kind of what this will feel like when you get to that point.
Hey, look, I made a little sailboat.
How about it? All right, stick him back in here. Now this next part is one of those things that's not an exact science. When it comes to biscuits, it depends on the humidity in the air. It depends on what kind of milk you use. It depends on a lot of different factors. And so right now we have 3/4 of a cup, 3/4 a cup of milk in our measuring cup. Hayes is going to pour some of it in here, and I'm going to mix it in. No, you got to do a little more than that, maybe half of it. Pour like half of it in there. That's good. All right, and then
That looks good.
as the milk is incorporated with the flour, she'll pour a little bit more in, and that way it's not too wet. Because if it gets too wet, now I can fix it if it gets too wet. You just add more. What do you think you add more of?
Flour.
Flour. And it'll dry it out a little more. Okay, just a little more, please. But then, if it gets too dry, you have to add more milk. And so it can turn into this back and forth and back and forth. I don't know, do I need more milk? Do I need more flour? Do I need more milk?
I need more flour.
I need more milk, Captain. No, I don't.
Just pour flour into milk, and then you just pour it.
Okay, so how much does it look like we used? I don't need any more. I think this is perfect.
75% of it.
Oh wait, turn it over. That's milliliters. Turn it around and look at the cup side. All right, so we're down.
1/3.
So we probably used half of what we were going to, what we said we needed.
Can I try?
Yeah, you can touch it.
Ooh, it feels so nice. I love
Okay. So if you would like, you can set that milk to the side and you can drink it later because there's absolutely nothing wrong with that milk
it.
except
Oh, thank you.
that I didn't need it.
I'll drink it with my breakfast.
There you go. I love it. Okay.
Out of the picture.
So,
Okay, so do we
Hold
each
on.
get a piece to work with?
nope. I'll let you do this part.
Ooh, yay.
Now
Love
we are going to
sculpting.
put. It's not really sculpting though. We're gonna roll. We're
Oh.
gonna roll. All right. Will you stick that sink, the empty side behind you?
Rock and roll.
All right. Now, I am working on a stainless steel surface, which means that nothing should really stick to it terribly. However, I'm going to add some flour on there just in case. Nope, that's enough. You don't want too much added flour because then it adds to this. All right. Ta-da!
Ooh,
Are you familiar?
Yeah, pizza
All
roll.
right. Let's move this just to the back.
Is it like this?
Yep, but you got to kind of push down while you roll. Best place for that. All right, and then you can take it. Okay, stop for a moment, and then turn it halfway, a quarter of the way. Push down and roll. Now you don't want it too thin because the thickness that you roll it to is the thickness at which we're going to do our biscuits. So what I would like to do, you have to stop for a second, is I would like to fold this in half and fold it in half again.
Hey, it looks like a pizza slice.
Yeah, it kind of does. We can reform that though. All right. Now then, what we want to do is probably just roll it out to where it's half of this size, okay? So not too much, it doesn't take a lot, and you can use your hands if you'd rather. That's too fast, You're shaking everything and not paying attention. And so our biscuits are going to end up being the wrong size.
Floppy.
Thin.
Floppy thin.
All right. Good. And then one more. Just kind of roll him out.
Hey, it looks like a heart.
Kind of. All right, just a little out to make him as thick as everything else. You want the dough to be the same thickness all around. Can you think of a reason why you want all your biscuits to be the same thickness?
So the same size.
Well, the same thickness means that they're all going to bake at the same amount of time. It's going to take the same amount of time for them to bake. Because if you do one thicker than the other, but you leave them in the oven the same amount of time, well, he's going to take longer to bake, and then the rest of your biscuits are either going to burn or get done first.
To the ground. You heard me?
We're not burning anything to the ground. All right. I just don't think it's a great idea. Let's move some of that over here. Extra flour. All right. Just a little bit. See how thick these are? Try to make it that thick. It won't take much. That's probably good. That's about the same. Okay. All right, so there are our 4.
Yes.
Now here, let's do this. Let's just go and do some hand roll biscuits. Roll them up.
Oh wait, this way.
Just go into a little ball and pat them out. Ta-da. I like to measure mine to make sure that I got it somewhere close to the same. Alright. Well, I hate to leave just 2 biscuits.
This is the one that I want to eat.
Okay. Alright, again, he's got to be the same thickness as everybody else. I'm going to make him a little bit. Alright. Now, we have preheated our oven to 450. Alright, we're at 450 and we have our biscuits ready to stick in the oven. Alright, you see our little pan here. We're going to stick them in the oven for about 10 minutes. And in those 10 minutes, we are going to make the chocolate gravy. So give us a second to get cleaned up and then we're going to start again. All right, now it's time to make the chocolate gravy, okay? So I don't think Hayes introduced her friend here.
This is Bing.
Bing. His name is Bing. And,
B-I-N-G.
he's a real great guy once you get to know him. So Bing, if you don't mind hopping over here to the corner.
My dad's name is Bing Crosby.
Oh, Bing Crosby, one of my favorite singers. All right, so let's get started with the chocolate gravy. We're gonna start with the cocoa. All right, it takes about 1/4 cup of cocoa.
Here's the quarter.
The quarter cup. All right,
The quarter cup.
wonderful. Now this isn't one of those things that's an exact science. I'm just gonna let it heat over. I like the Hershey's Special Dark Cocoa. The reason, oh, be careful, this rolls. Yep,
Yeah, I didn't
pull it back just a little. There you go.
I didn't notice that.
That's okay. That's all right. It just throws a little kink in some stuff. That's okay. All right. I like the Hershey Special Dark because it has been treated with an alkaline that keeps it from being bitter. It's not sweet. It's still cocoa. I'm gonna roll back a minute. There you go. But it's not as bitter. It doesn't have that cocoa like, I can't believe I just got this in my mouth. No, I wouldn't eat it with a spoon by any means, but it's not as harsh on the palate, okay? And it sweetens easier.
Bad news is the milk is gone.
That milk? Oh yeah, she drank the other milk already. Okay, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We're just gonna use the flour
3
that was,
tablespoons.
and then you'll still want to even him out. Get your, where's your, oh, grab your knife.
Knife.
All right, we're still wanting him low because flour is not really something you want too much of in anything. All right, we're mixing all of our dry ingredients together first. Just dump it, it's fine. Because it makes it easier in the long run and it combines more smoothly. All right, 2. 1 more. Like I said, we're just using the flour that we had left over in the measuring cup from when we made the biscuits. All right, and 3. Good, because,
Oh, it's like a snowball.
all right, I'm gonna dump him back in here for now because he's done. Good. Don't want to waste it. Okay.
No.
So then we need 3/4 cup of white sugar.
White sugar. There.
There's your 1/4 cup. How many of those are we gonna need?
That.
If it's 1, we need 3/4, and you've got a 1/4 cup.
3.
3 of those.
Trace.
That's, oh, get him full all the way. There you go. That's good. Mix it in there. Good. 2 more. 4 for 4.
That's a lot of sugar.
And do you know what's funny is that that's what it takes to sweeten cocoa, because cocoa is not sweet at all. All right, good. Grab that whisk and kind of whisk them together until it's all one color.
What color?
It's going to be kind of a brownish color, but you don't want to see a whole lot of streaks of white.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Like mix it all in so there's not like big poofs of white. You want to get the lumps out. You don't want any lumps of flour left. So yep, kind of chop them up in there.
No white, just brown.
That's it. You don't want any white, just brown. Because
Take
you
that
want
white.
it. Because when you add the milk, if there are clumps, it's really hard to break them up once they're wet. Like the seal forms over them, and it's crazy. All right. Good. Now what I'm going to have you do is hand me the whisk, and you're going to pour the milk. All right, go ahead and start pouring the milk in there slowly. And this is 2 cups of milk. Whoa. Dropping stuff. Keep going. I need it all. This isn't like the biscuits. You gotta have all of it. Good, good, good. All right, let me mix this for a minute and then.
That looks good.
Yep.
I would drink it.
Yeah. I would like it a little bit thicker. And that's what
That
happens
is
when
what
you.
chocolate gravy looks like.
It will be a little thicker when you cook it.
We
Okay.
can cook it.
Yeah, we're gonna stick it on the stove top and thicken it up in a minute. But let's add the vanilla.
Ooh.
We need 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
2 tisps.
2 teaspoons. Hold it over the bowl. That way if it spills over that it's going somewhere useful. Good. Fill up. You can kind of give it a little squeeze. It's gotta be full. Alright, there's one. Boom again.
No.
And there's 2. Good. Alright, stir them a little more. Stir them slowly, please.
How slow? Like slow?
Just to incorporate it in there really good. Okay,
Like this?
that's good. Now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn this stove on. So you need, turning the stove on because you're gonna need an adult, don't forget that. But you're gonna need to cook this so it will thicken up a little bit because the
Unless
gravy.
you're a teenager and you're on board.
Right, but still have adult permission, right? So that should be good, and I'm gonna pour it into the pot. All right, let me have it. If you'll stick the whisk in the,
I wish I could do that.
And then I'm gonna pour him over here. All right. I'm just using a spatula to scrape all the goodness out of the bowl so that it goes somewhere useful, not down the drain. All right. Are you excited?
I am.
Yeah.
I wasn't kind of nervous.
All right.
Da da da.
Okay. So what is something else that we want to grow on our farm, Hayes? What other kinds of? You like broccoli? We should definitely grow some broccoli on the
Should
farm.
we grow some lettuce?
Oh yeah, definitely grow some lettuce. Mm-hmm.
Maybe some carrots?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
moving on from the food, I kind of want to plant some zinnias in our yard.
Ah. Do you know it's important to have flowers when you have a vegetable garden? Do you know why it's important to have flowers?
Bees?
Yeah, to attract the bees. What do the bees do?
Pollinate.
They pollinate, which means
Also,
that
maybe some
it's.
purple flowers for the hummingbirds so we get hummingbird flowers.
Oh yeah, hummingbirds do. They are attracted to purple. Very good. We could definitely do some of that. All right, just another couple minutes here. We want the gravy to be thicker than just the liquid that you poured in, and that's what the flour is going to do. The flour is going to be your thickening agent. It's going to make it nice and yummy. But it's also going to make it like stick instead of soak into the biscuit. It's going to stick to the outside of the biscuit. Now you can make it you can keep it as thin as you want. You don't have to, if you just want to heat it up and eat it, just heat it up instead of waiting for it to thicken. You like cucumbers? Oh, you want me to make some pickles? Is that what it is? Yeah, we should grow cucumbers so that I can make her some pickles. She does love pickles.
I love pickles.
Love the pickles. All right.
I've got a crush on pickles.
I've got a crush on pickles. All right, I'm just gonna let him sit there and simmer for a minute because I'm about to need to take our biscuits out, which means, hey, can you take these things to the sink?
Sure.
And just throw them in that bowl in the sink.
This bowl?
Yep. Heads up.
That made a clang.
You know what? I'm going to give our biscuits about 3 more minutes. They're not quite ready. So I stuck them in there for 10 minutes. We're going to call it 13 minutes. And We'll check them again in a minute. Well, 3 minutes. Okay, let's stir this again. Ooh, it's so perfect.
So I hope you've had a good day,
Yeah.
or a good morning, and a good breakfast, because we haven't even had breakfast yet.
It's because we gotta cook our breakfast.
Oh.
Hey, I have an idea.
What?
So, you know, we always come up with ideas for what to make. Like, sometimes it's last minute, sometimes it's, you know, planned out a week in advance. But you know what I'd really like? I'd like to know what people out there want to see us make. Right? I know that somebody has an idea out there for us that we've never done before that they would like to see us do on Cooking in Our PJs.
Comment below what we should do.
Yeah, leave us a comment so that we can make a plan for it.
You never know. If they want to, they might be able to subscribe to our channel.
They can definitely subscribe to the channel. You just got to click the subscribe button down below. And
Hit the like button. Don't
when
forget
you
to hit this button.
when you subscribe, you'll get an email or a pop-up message that says Cooking in Our PJs has posted a new video, and that way you never miss out on anything. Now, if you give us a suggestion that we use, if you say, hey, I want to see you make Pop-Tarts, well, we'll say, shout out to you, whatever your name is, we'll find your name, clearly, and you can tell us, and we'll tell you, hey, we'll talk to you specifically.
And if my friends are watching, nice to see you again.
All of them are our friends. Oh yeah, do you see how it's coating the spatula?
It smells and looks so good.
It does smell so good. I'm so excited. Now this is something that I could eat it all day, every day, and then I would not be a happy camper. But especially on cold days, oh my goodness, I could definitely
Go for some chocolate gravy on a homemade biscuit with coffee.
when it's cold outside.
When
All
it's
right.
cold outside,
I'm
next
taking
to a
him off the
fireplace, while you're with your whole family, and that just sounds like Christmas all over
Ooh,
again.
Christmas. We need to have this at Christmas. This is what I'm making at Christmas. I'm making chocolate gravy and biscuits.
Sounds awesome.
Oh my.
It's making look like Christmas.
Alright, we got about 30 seconds before I pull out the biscuits. I need a little scoop of butter to drop in here.
Okay, Bing, you don't need to get all crazy and not wear any pajamas.
I'm just going to take, it's about a tablespoon of butter, and drop it in there and melt it really good. Alright,
Okay,
it's so
babe.
hot.
No need to get all crazy and not wear any clothes.
Stay back.
I'm staying back.
Alright, I'm going to turn it off while the butter melts, and then I'm going to take them out. And then we're going to break in. It's going to be hot, so we'll have to be careful.
Break in? Like, break into Chick-fil-A while...
No, we ain't breaking into Chick-fil-A. What are you talking about?
So I can get a free milkshake.
No.
Aww.
Okay, so give us a minute to get everything situated, and then we'll be right back, and we're going to show you how amazing it tastes.
It's over.
All right, so these are our biscuits. You can tell which ones were hand rolled and which ones were not.
You can tell which one was case made.
Yeah, that's all right. I think biscuit, and here what's going to happen, and we'll put the biscuits in the bowl. Now you can choose, do you want butter on your biscuits, or just and gravy, or just the gravy?
I want gravy.
Okay,
Just gravy.
because I'm going to put butter on my biscuits before you grab. Because that pan is hot still. It just came out. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put your biscuits in the bowl. Now,
It's gonna be delicious.
I always do 2 biscuits. Is that good?
Yeah. I'll take 3.
Let's start with 2. Let's start with 2.
Okay.
And I open them up.
They look so good. Outside bougie.
Alright. Stick him in the sink.
I want to eat it. I want to lick
I'm
it.
about to pour some on your biscuits. Alright.
It looks so good. I'm sorry.
Careful, this pot is hot. Hot pot. Alright, and then we're just going to ladle it over the biscuits.
Chocolate gravy looks like hot chocolate sauce.
All right.
Is that mine?
This is yours because I'm gonna put butter on my biscuits now.
It's drowning.
If I were you, I'd let it sit for a minute and
It's drowning.
cool off.
I see no
before-
biscuit. I see no biscuit.
That's the way it's supposed to be. No biscuit. You should not be able to see a biscuit.
I see no biscuit. I see no biscuit.
Look how pretty. All right.
It looks so good.
It does look good. Cutting him in half.
Does it look smoking hot?
Take some butter. I'm just gonna.
Is it like smoking hot?
It is so hot.
So hot. So hot.
Now,
I don't want to get dry. It's really hot.
I'm honestly not really concerned if my butter melts all the way because I like the flavor in it with the chocolate gravy. Alrighty, there we go. My turn.
To gravy, gravy.
Alright, let's see. A little bit more to this. I can still see biscuit. Ooh, bless you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, people always see it's on camera, right?
Let's here, just kind of dip your spoon in it and let it cool off, like blow on it a little bit. Oh my goodness.
What?
I do believe I would have made my granny, your great granny, proud. I bet me mama would like it too. Alright, I think it's cool enough to. What do you think about that?
I love it.
Mmm, yeah, buddy.
Success! My mom has
Awesome.
finally gotten me to like chocolate gravy.
You just gotta try it. You never know until you try it. Alright, I got my first biscuit bite here. Oh man. Oh yeah. With that extra butter, you can taste that butter mixed in with that dark chocolate. I bet you can get you a small piece like this piece right here on top. I bet he's not super hot. Give him a shot. See what happens.
Yum.
She said,
It's like heaven in my stomach.
taste buds doing a little dance. That's awesome. All right. Well,
In fact, they're all doing the floss.
that is biscuits and chocolate gravy. Okay.
Yum. It's also called yum.
This is a very southern breakfast. Honestly, I would have it for dinner. Not just breakfast. Actually, I would have this any time of the day. So.
I'll take it for breakfast.
Yeah. Well, good news. It's
I'll-
breakfast time. So we're gonna have it for
I'll actually
breakfast.
take this for dessert too. If
Oh,
we still
yeah.
have some left over.
Oh yeah.
We can show Daddy.
Oh yeah, we'll save some for Daddy. We got some biscuits and gravy left. All right, well y'all have an amazing rest of the day, and
Have an amazing lunch
Yeah.
and dinner. Don't forget to eat deliciously.
that's right. Have some biscuits and gravy.
Deliciously.
Biscuits and gravy for lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner,
Dessert.
dessert. Yeah,
Snack.
all of the above. All right, don't forget to subscribe. Let us know what you want to see us make next time, and we'll hand you out a shout out. Cooking in our PJs.
Not cooking with our PJs. I love these